Hi, Bloggy friends. Hi, Bloom Encourage Book Club friends. I'm so excited to have this opportunity to encourage you today. Yesterday on the Bloom Book Club Encourage site, I issued a challenge. So if you're reading my blog today, if you want to click over and read the first part of the challenge from yesterday, you can find the link right below. For my Bloom Encourage friends, well, today's day 2, and I just want to speak some truth to you that I found especially encouraging as I read a story in the Old Testament that I included in the book that we're talking about, my book, Made to Crave, Satisfying Life's Deepest Desires with God, Not Food. I think you'll see today that if you have a struggle like I did for many years with food, this book definitely is going to hit right at your issue. But if you have a different distraction, something else that keeps you from really thriving in your relationship with the Lord, my issue is food, but it's easy to translate these truths into whatever distraction you have. Today's encouragement comes from Genesis 25, verses 29 through 34. It's the story of two twin brothers in the Old Testament, Jacob and Esau. Now let me set the stage. Jacob is more of a homebody. He likes to stay at home. Esau is the hunter brother. He likes to go out and hunt. So Esau's out hunting one day and comes home, and this is where we pick up in the scriptures, Genesis 25, 29 through 34. One day when Jacob was cooking some stew, Esau came in from the open country famished. He said to Jacob, "Quick, let me have some of that stew. I'm famished." Jacob replied, "First, sell me your birthright." "Look, I'm about to die," Esau said. "What is a birthright? What good is a birthright to me?" Jacob said, "Swear to me first." So he swore an oath to him, selling his birthright to Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau some bread and some lentil stew. He ate and drank and then got up and left. So Esau despised his birthright. Now I have to say, when I first read the story, I thought, you've got to be kidding me. Esau would sell his birthright, the rights that he has as the oldest son, the right to that legacy, to that title, all the riches that are entailed in a birthright. Esau's really going to sell all of that off, give all of that up for some stew? And at first I just couldn't understand this story. But as I thought about it, sometimes I do the very same thing. You see, according to scriptures, I'm a child of God, holy and dearly loved. And because I'm a child of God, my birthright is to be a child of the Almighty King, who has already won victory for me. And yet, so many times, I negate my birthright with the choices that I make. I don't walk in victory. Too many times, I walk in defeat. I think to myself, oh, this issue, it's too big for me, it's too small for God. And so I wallow in the midst of whatever mess I've gotten myself in, and I negate my birthright according to scriptures. Can I breathe some encouragement into you today? The reason that I think Esau got to this place is because he allowed himself to get so desperate that defeat came easy. Sweet sisters, we cannot allow ourselves to get to such a desperate place that defeat seems like the only option. Defeat comes easy to us. That's why I wrote the truths in Made to Crave, satisfying life's deepest desires with God, not food. Let me ask you this question. What defeat seems really close to you right now? Can I encourage you with this truth? You were made for more. You were made for more than to be stuck in whatever mess that you're in right now. For me, for many years, it was the mess of being so defeated with my issues with food. Maybe for you, it's other things. Maybe your distraction is you feel like you're stuck in a mess in your marriage. You feel like you're stuck in a mess with your finances. You feel like you're stuck in a mess with your kids. I don't know what your mess is, but I do know that your birthright is that you are not a child of a broken background. You're not a child of broken finances. You're not a child of broken relationships. Those may be circumstances of your life, but you are a child of God. You were made for more. You were made for victory. And the way that we can grab a hold of that victory is to get into God's Word and let God's Word start getting into us. I'm going to post some scriptures below that I think will really encourage you. Take time today. Let God's truth get into you. Remind you of your eternal birthright. Don't let yourself get to such a desperate place that defeat seems like the only option. You were made for more. And in my book, Made to Crave, you'll realize that you were made to crave. You were made to crave so that you would always desire more of God. And as long as we direct those cravings there, we will find victory.